Thanks for tuning into this short video on using the Tronnes Geomatics mobile web viewer software. We'll start off by using a web viewer to log into the application. We've had the best success with Google Chrome, but it should work fine in Edge, Firefox, or Safari. The real great part about this application is that you don't need any software. It is completely run through Webviewer on any device and that is connected to the internet. That includes tablets and phones. Don't necessarily recommend phones, but it does come in handy from time to time. To access the website, you enter the URL www.tronnesmobile3d.com and you'll be directed to the login screen, and you can use your login credentials to access. So just a side note, usernames and passwords are upper lowercase specific. And the first screen that you will see is the map with the sidebar on the left that says catalogs and layers. So we can expand that bar and you'll see projects that are specific to your organization. As an aside, if there is any confidential information about your site, it is protected from other users that shouldn't see your project information. So we can select a project by clicking on the box beside. So we can select this one and it will automatically zoom to the project location. The other tab we have here are the layers, which we can turn on and off. You can also load up any other information in the form of a KML file that might be relevant to your project. So we can click on that here and we have some in a KML file we can load. And if we zoom out, it's added the control points that we've used for this project. If you have multiple sub-projects within the overall project, you will see them here on the side. And a track is a string of images you can view, and they are highlighted by the red line. The red line represents the tracks that you can view that we have driven. And the map is interactive, so you can move around and zoom in and zoom out as you like. So we have two toolbars. The first one we'll use is the map toolbar. We have the initial view, just the starting point of your project. You can pan around with the pan tool. You can zoom in and out by drawing a box, and also zoom in and zoom out buttons, as well as previous and next zoom history buttons. You also have a few measure tools that we could use to measure a path or an area. Double click to end the path or finish the area. And all the measurements are in metric. We also have a tool that you can use to search. You can search by coordinates, or you can search by your current location. Next to that, we have two tools that let you view the point cloud data. So one is just an area that you window, and you can download or view the data. You can view it in the web viewer, or you can download the point cloud data in LAS or LAZ formats. So we can do that here. You draw a line, a center line, and then the width. So here's your options to download in LAS, LAZ, or view in 3D. And here we have the data all loaded up over the web server. So you can right click to recenter your view, scroll in and out with either holding the center button or the scroll button on your mouse, and then left click to orbit around the point. There are a number of options to utilize with this, from color modes to views and measuring with the point cloud. So those are all at the top here. You can also download the data from this viewer as well. and a couple measure tools from measure distance and areas. So we can just click on 2 points and you'll see the measurements here. We've got red is slope distance, green is horizontal distance, and blue is vertical distance. Disregard the orange number. One word of caution, look out for the window icon at the top right corner and close the dialog that way. If you click backwards on your web viewer, you'll exit out of the application and have to log in again. So we can either minimize it like that or close it altogether. The next option is a profile tool, which we can draw a polyline and we can look at a specific profile, in this case 10 centimeters wide. And once it's loaded up, we can zoom into the area that we're actually interested in. And as you move your mouse button across, you can see the elevation data that you're interested. It's the height of the rail, curb, and then the road itself. You can also resize the map and the image viewer via the middle here. The second toolbar is the image toolbar. So the first tool is the trajectory toolbar right along here. When clicking on a track, it'll automatically center on the first frame and will bring up the 360-degree image. So if we click on that here, here's where we started this track. And you can look around, zoom in, zoom out. If you zoom in far enough, it'll automatically switch from the 360 camera to a higher resolution image. And when you zoom out far enough, it'll revert back to the 360. So we can see that this track has 106 frames. In this particular project, images were taken every 3 meters, so you could step through the images one by one if you desire. Depending on your internet connection, the image might be blurry at first, but if you give it a few seconds, the image will sharpen up. If you click further on the bar, you can jump along to different parts on this particular track, and you'll see that the map will update to show your progress. So we just click in the middle here, and you can see where it's jumped to on the map, and then the image updates. The next is using the marker to jump to a position on the map. It's pretty intuitive. We can just click anywhere where the red line is. And you can zoom to that position by using the zoom to current frame button here. And it'll zoom to your location. The next group of tools you can use after enabling the Use Point Cloud to snap on picture option, which is that green button right here. And now we can measure a 3D distance. Blue is vertical, green is horizontal, and red is slope. You can disregard the orange number again. And these measurements can be copied to the clipboard if you desire. The next two tools are for measuring vertical or horizontal areas. You got a vertical area. You can use, say, here. Height, width, and area, as well as a horizontal 3D area. Height, width, and area. And the next is a 3D polygon area tool. It can be used entirely in 3D, where the previous two were exclusively for vertical or horizontal areas. And that's that tool right here. Double click to close it. So that's our area there. The profile tool here is exactly the same as the map toolbar, just drawn from the image. If you want to try and pick points a bit more accurately, you can enable the photogrammetry mode and it will bring up a side menu that lets you zoom in. If you want to view the data and the image in parallel, the 3D view can be enabled. And you can switch the color modes in here if you desire. And that concludes our introduction to the Tronnes Mobile Scan Data Web Viewer. If you have any questions, you can contact us at www.tronnes.ca.